Hello everyone, absent friend here. Excuse me. Excuse me. Camera on me, please. Camera on me, please. I'm down here. Down here. That's better. Today we are bringing you another Disney Villainous guide. So you might be wondering why I'm a gecko. Well, to put it simply, I got caught in the crossfire of a wizard's duel. That bumbling blockhead Merlin turned me into this scaly creature you see before you. I've already feasted on several crickets, and I'd like to be turned back before I drop my tail. That's better. So without delay, it's time to show that Merlin a thing or two as we team up with the sadistic and conceited Madam Mim.
Sounds like someone's sick. How lovely. I do hope it's serious. Something dreadful.
In this video, we will be looking at all the cards in Madam Mim's deck with a few tips on how to play them or not play them, as the case may be. We will also be looking at Madam Mim's Fate deck for anyone who may want some tips and tricks on how to effectively keep her from winning the game. Before we begin, be sure to subscribe to this channel and ring that bell to be alerted when new episodes are available. To win as Madam Mim, she must defeat all of Merlin's transformations. Oh boy, another one without all that start your turn garbage. Well, let's dive right in with the allies, shall we? I thought we talked about that buzzer. What? She doesn't have any allies. I know that. She has transformations. She's a transformer now.
Transformers, robots in disguise.
Careful, we don't have the rights to that. Huh? Yeah, her transformations do count as allies. And each of their strengths are the same as ally strength, so they can trigger ally-related conditions from other villains. She has a total of 8 transformations and only 1 copy of each, so let's jump right to them. First up, Purple Dragon Mim. For the cost of 2 power, Madam Mim can play this 4-strength imaginary animal to any location. However, it can only be used to defeat Goat Merlin. We'll discuss how to properly play these transformations later. Next, Elephant Mim. This behemoth of a mammal costs 2 power to play and has a strength of 3. This transformation can only defeat the Walrus Merlin. Next, Crocodile Mim. Once again, 2 power cost, but this toothy friend only has a strength of 2 and can only defeat the Turtle Merlin. Next, Fox Mim. Another 2 power and 2 strength. This nimble little canine can only defeat Rabbit Merlin. Next, Rhinoceros Mim. That's right, 2 power, 2 strength. However, this chubby unicorn can only defeat Crab Merlin. Next, Chicken Mim. 2 power cost, but only 1 strength this time, and can only defeat the Caterpillar Merlin. And finally, Rattlesnake Mim and Tiger Mim. Both of these transformations cost 1 power each and have 1 strength apiece. But they both can be used to defeat Mouse Merlin. So that's all the transformations. Now let's see how to play them effectively. The best way is to play any and all transformations as soon as possible. Place them in the outer locations first, then the center 2, leaving the dueling ground for last. Oh, what now? Huh? Why spread around the transformations? Seriously? Did you even look at the card? Of course not. Each transformation has a vanquish action on them. So, if there are transformations at every location, there are vanquish actions at every location. Do you get it now? Perfect. The only exception is if Madam Mim is about to play a transformation that can defeat a Merlin transformation in the realm. Play that transformation to the same location for a quick defeat. The faster she defeats the transformations, the faster she wins the game. Remember, she can move her own transformations with the move item/ally action, and she can move Merlin transformations with the move hero action at Madame Mim's cottage. Since Madame Mim has no items, let's move on to her effects. She has a total of 16. 4, I'm Not Cheating. 3, Battle of Wits. 3, Magnificent, Marvelous, Mad. 3, Wizard's Duel. And 3, I'll Make the Rules. Let's start with I'm Not Cheating. For 1 power, Madame Mim can look at the top 2 cards of the Merlin transformation deck and put them back in order. Whoop-de-doo. This has got to be the worst card in her deck. Don't even bother playing it, just discard it and move on. Next, Battle of Wits. This effect costs 2 power to play, and with it, Madame Mim can draw 4 cards from her deck and then discard 4 cards from her hand. This card is iffy at best. If Mim's hand is terrible, this can help get better cards quickly. But if Madame Mim has a good hand, this card is useless. Just be aware this effect can trigger several discard-related condition cards, so use it with caution. Next, Magnificent, Marvelous, Mad. For the cost of 1 power, Madame Mim can reshuffle her discard pile back into her deck. Useful if an important transformation got discarded or if she wants to reuse some of her conditions or more powerful effects. Otherwise, dump it. Next, Wizard's Duel. Also for 1 power, Madame Mim can play the next Merlin transformation card to the dueling ground. This card is very handy since the more Merlin transformations that are on the board, the easier they are to defeat. Use this card at every opportunity. And lastly, I'll Make the Rules. We've gone from the worst effect to the best. For the cost of 4 power, Madame Mim can defeat any Merlin transformation in the realm, whether Mim has the appropriate transformation on the board or not. This card can win the game if the last transformation is out, so always keep at least one of these in Mim's hand. Be sure to save some power so it can be used at the best possible time. Now we've made it to her conditions. She has a total of 6. 3, a sporting chance, and 3, as big as a house. First up, a sporting chance. If another villain performs a vanquish action, Madame Mim can retrieve any card from her discard pile and put it into her hand. This is a great card if she can use it. There are some terrible fate cards that can force her to discard useful cards, so this is a great way to get them back. However, don't let this card clog up her hand, so if other villains are not vanquishing very often, just discard it. And her other condition, as big as a house. During another villain's turn, if they gain 2 or more power, Madame Mim can also gain 2 power. This is a fantastic card to get free power, so hang on to this, especially early in the game as most villains will be gaining lots of power. Well, that does it for Madame Mim's villain deck. Now let's take a look at her fate deck. I told you about that buzzer! What? Did you not read the villain guide before you started buzzing that stupid buzzer? I thought not. Okay. So Madame Mim actually has 2 fate decks. One deck is nothing but Merlin transformations, and the other is nothing but fate effects. When another villain fates Madame Mim, they will only draw cards from the fate effect deck. We'll get to those in a minute, as we always start with the heroes. Oh my gosh, I'm about to rip that buzzer clear out of the wall! Yes, I know there are no heroes, but Merlin transformations also count as heroes. You see? They have strength just like heroes, so they can trigger other villains' hero-related conditions. May I continue, please? Thank you. There are a total of 7 Merlin transformations. First up, Goat Merlin. Exactly. This Billy Goat can only be defeated by Purple Dragon Mim. Okay, we get it. Walrus Merlin can only be defeated by Elephant Mim. Crab Merlin can only be defeated by Rhinoceros Mim. Rabbit Merlin can only be defeated by Fox Mim. Turtle Merlin can only be defeated by Crocodile Mim. Caterpillar Merlin can only be defeated by Chicken Mim. And finally, Mouse Merlin. This little rodent can be defeated either by Rattlesnake Mim or Tiger Mim. I know, right? There's not much more to say about these since the Fator has no control over where to play these or when they can be played. However, the Fator can use fate effects to move them around the board or even change them out. So let's check them out. There are a total of 8. 4 Knowledge and Wisdom, 1 Archimedes, 1 Germ Merlin, 1 Bird Arthur, and 1 Merlin. Let's begin with Knowledge and Wisdom. With this effect, the Fator can move any Merlin transformation to any location. Use this to move the Merlins away from the dueling ground and cover up important actions like her play card actions. If Madam Mim can't play cards, she can't play transformations. Don't forget to cover her gain 2 power action as well. Just be careful not to accidentally place a Merlin on a Mim that can defeat it. Next, Archimedes. This Hooter effect allows the Fator to replace the most recently played Merlin transformation with a new one from the Merlin deck and then shuffling the old one back into the Merlin deck. But it could prove to be very powerful as it can remove a Merlin that was about to be deaded. However, a quick "I'll make the rules" will negate that. So more than likely, the other fate card will be better. Next up, Bird Arthur. This future sword puller can force Madam Mim to discard her entire hand and draw 2 cards. This effect can be a double-edged sword. See what I did there? If Madam Mim is discarding a lot, this will only help her. But if she's hoarding cards, this can devastate her plans. Judge the situation carefully before choosing this card. Next, Germ Merlin. This bioweapon effect allows the Fator to discard a Madam Mim transformation. Hopefully there will be one on the board, and hopefully it will be one that is priming up to take out a Merlin. Either way, always discard a transformation. And finally, Merlin himself, the best fate card in the deck. With this effect, the Fator will take a previously defeated Merlin transformation and shuffle it back into the Merlin deck. Whether early in the game or late in the game, play this card at every opportunity. Don't question it, just do it. And that's it, ladies and gentlemen. I hope everyone found this video informative and maybe even picked up a few pointers on how to better play Madam Mim or play against Madam Mim. If you guys enjoyed this video, please give it a like and don't forget to subscribe. Keep watching this channel for more Disney Villainous guides. But before we go, let me know in the comments which Disney villain you would love to cosplay. I'm your absent friend, signing off.